What is good? I don't know. Zay said he was joining. Oh yeah, he's right here. Um, what's going on, people? Happy Sunday. Um, didn't do a space on Friday, so just wrapping up the weekend with this. We go. What we got in here? All right, yeah, we can get started. Appreciate everyone joining on a Sunday. We gonna keep this light as we talked about on playback, so everyone can get started for their week. We gonna wrap up the weekend. 2 back-to-back wins. Great sign for the Lakers. Appreciate everyone joining Coach's Den. If you're new here, myself, Coach Xavier, Coach James, and Coach Rome, who's away at the moment. We cover the Lakers every game like this. Halftime, postgame, you can find us on this account going live. And catch us watching the games too on stream on playback.tv/Coach's Den. So if you're new to the Den, welcome to the Den. We cover the Lakers every day. So appreciate you joining us. The Lakers get a dub tonight in Los Angeles over the Toronto Raptors. 123-103 is your final. LeBron James, the story of the game, 19 points, 10 rebounds, 16 assists on the game in 34 minutes. Just phenomenal stuff. It entirely took over that second half. Austin Reeves, major help tonight. Came through with the shooting, with playmaking, 27 points, 6 assists. Really held it down that fourth quarter to keep Toronto away from anything. Cam Reddish in the start, 11 points, 2 rebounds, 1 dime as well. D'Angelo off the bench, 15 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Jackson Hayes, you could call it a spark off the bench for sure. 12 points, 6 rebounds. But obviously, just like a typical Laker fashion, bro, everything comes with a price. Anthony Davis did leave the game midway through with what looks to be an eye injury. Dave McMillan didn't know this was the same left eye injury he's dealt with back in March, so about 8 months ago. Lakers don't play again until Wednesday, which is great news for recovery, but we'll obviously be up to date on how AD feels. And, obviously he's been super motivated to play every game. So, everyone's really hopeful that he'll be ready for Memphis this Wednesday. So we'll keep an eye on that. But Lakers were able to close it out in his absence. And really happy they were able to do that and get back in the win column after a disappointing road trip. So I believe we sit at 6-4. Anyone can correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, 6-4 in a tough Western Conference. I was seeing the difference, but dude, you got to be 500 in the East, and you're like a top 4 seed. It's the most insane thing that's forming right now. So Lakers are 6-4, 2 games over 500 right now, sitting well before Memphis on Wednesday. And yeah, just great stuff. AD went down. LeBron took over. Like we expected him to, and really showed out. I thought, Gabe Vincent came with some defense as well. Austin Reeves just was the help that LeBron needed to kind of close this out, with Toronto kind of leading the majority of the first half. And yeah, I thought the whole team, kind of stepped up, once AD went down. And so, some annoying things, frustrating things, but, through the greatness of LeBron again, we're able to keep Toronto at bay and kind of maintain control, especially throughout the second half. So can't say more about LeBron and his continued excellence for sure. So Lakers get a dub here. I'm happy with it. We don't play again until Wednesday. Good rest, 2-day rest for the guys, and we keep moving forward. We've got to stack these wins. Schedule looks kind of light. I was looking at the November calendar. Schedule looks pretty doable, assuming AD is healthy. So we just got to stack wins best as possible and try to build habits, bro. That's the most important thing too. So, get guys healthy, bro. I know everyone's really frustrated with the Vando and Wood kind of lack of updates. So we gotta keep our eyes on the prize. I'm gonna go to Coach James and then Coach Xavier for their thoughts and analysis on this, and we'll go to speakers, and we'll wrap this up pretty early to get started on the week. So, James, how you, bro?
Appreciate it. Obviously, you got to start with hopefully AD is okay. They didn't make it sound so serious, but it's the fact that he's had this injury in the past, so kind of hoping it's nothing serious to his eye, nothing like that. This game kind of started out kind of nasty. Like, it was kind of going through the motion, staying within the Raptors. It was up like 6, 7, 8. I was never really worried about the outcome of the game. It was just more so process, basically executing, being better defensively. Like, we still need to work on some shit, but After AD went out, I think we was down 5. And the fact that it seems that we flipped the switch and it just took off on the Raptors, I thought it was great. And Braun actually dominated the fourth without his scoring. Like it's usually him going off like 15 in the fourth and dominating that way. But he did it with his playmaking, bro. 16 assists tonight, only 3 turnovers. I think since we moved Braun to point guard, it just seems like I don't know. I feel like that's the clear adjustment the team needs to make, but that's obviously a role he doesn't want to play 24/7 because it kind of gasses him. But I don't know. It's tough. Him at point guard just unlocks our offense. So shout out Braun. I thought he was great. Another triple double. Niggas on the TL were saying he's not worth his contract, and he proceeded to start averaging triple doubles. It's just funny how niggas just sound stupid trying to get their narratives off every time we lose a game. So, I thought Braun was great tonight. Obviously, Austin Reeves, bro, like he turned up in that fourth quarter. I thought Reeves been great, and he's been great the past 2 games. I think adding Cam Reddish to the starting lineup, it's kind of semi unlocks Reeves, bro. Like if he doesn't have to check the best scores every night and chase these niggas around for the whole 48 minutes, I just think that's saving his legs. And we see his shot is back working. He's been averaging 20 and 5 the past 5 games. So I just think we're a better team when Reeves looks like this level offensively. So shout out Reeves. I thought he was great tonight, getting to the rim, drawing in one. So that's like so important for this team when our guards can get downhill. So shout out Reeves. Cam Reddish, like I was saying, bro, like when he doesn't look absolutely atrocious offensively, he looks like the 3 and D that this team is desperate for. Like we are desperate for two-way players on this team. And when Cam Reddish is able to give you 11 points of 5 or 7 shooting, slashing to the rim, cutting, it's literally what this team would look like if we added more two-way role players on this team, bro. Which is what we're starving for. We thought Christie would be doing this because he fits the mold. He's just not there yet, like experience-wise, I guess. Hopefully he can develop into that, but I don't know. Cam Reddish is a different nigga in November, bro. Like every November he's hooping like this. So shout out Reddish, bro. Him in the starting lineup definitely is changing shit for us. AD was actually having a very great game as well, bro. Like he had 22 points. He's probably gonna finish this game with another 30 ball. So it's tough seeing him go down, especially since they didn't DMP him on my parlay and I lost. But that's another subject. But shout out AD. Hopefully he's good to go. Jackson Hayes, bro. I thought he played great tonight. Jackson Hayes is tough to root for because, well, 2 reasons, but
Just move on.
on
Just move
no,
on.
Bro,
no, no,
fuck with
no, no. I'm
Hayes.
gonna say on court reason, like on court reasons, because he does have a lot of mental errors that makes you say, "Come on, Jackson, be better." But he fits the mold of what
Off the court too.
he fits the mold of what we need as center, bro. So it's kind of
Come on, Jackson, be better.
yeah, it's like Jackson, do better, dog. Both ways.
On and off the
Yeah,
court.
I'm gonna leave this subject, but I know what I was trying to say. But shout out Hayes on a great game tonight. But overall, a great win, bro. Teams lost around the West today, so anything to do to move up in the standings is always great. So we'll take these wins. Worry about the process later, but hopefully 80 is good to go, bro. We play Memphis next. You know them niggas was talking big shit. I want that matchup again. I don't know if Ja's gonna play out. I don't know how serious his injury is, but I'm definitely looking forward to that matchup again. So shout out Lakers, great win.
1000%.
Hey, JJ,
Go ahead.
you about to read it? JJ Redick says Anthony Davis was quote having trouble seeing after being struck in the eye. There is no update on him yet.
That's crazy.
Kareem
So
did it
this
for
nigga
Yeah,
can't see.
he walked to the
Kareem did
back
it for
by
22
himself.
years. Kareem found a way 22 years.
Oh my
But
god.
anyways,
Stoudemire?
I'm telling, bro. No, I was just gonna say before Zay goes, Jovan had the update. I saw one of the tweet came in. Lakers were out rebounded 36-17 at one point in the game, and then in the fourth and the third, or probably mostly fourth, Lakers out rebounded Toronto 17-9. So there was definitely an on switch that was there, obviously due to LeBron kind of taking over the ball game in all facets. So that is kind of what switched for me, but. Yeah, that's I mean one area of improvement. I mean, we keep harping on the rebounding, against a team like Toronto. It just shows like how important rebounding is no matter the talent gap between two rosters that we saw tonight. If you can't rebound and close possessions with the rebound, Anything can happen. Toronto, I don't know what their biggest lead was in the first half, but it was a sizable lead in the first half that the Lakers had to climb out of, and it took Jackson Hayes kind of offensive rebounding, and LeBron leading the way as well, and sort of team rebounding in a sense. Rui finished with 5 as well to sort of close them down. So again, an area of improvement we keep harping on. We want to see like kind of dominant performances, especially these fucking losers upstate, bro. Like Golden State, they don't have anyone above 6'9", but they lead the league in rebounding. I read a tweet this week, so that's been pissing me off personally. So I just want to see the Lakers top 10 in rebounding. Because I think we would be a lot better team, and that will kind of bypass a lot of, like James said, mental errors that we do in other areas of the game. But I agree with James real quick. Like the Cam Reddish difference, obviously another November where he finds himself kind of being a positive in the starting lineup. Number one, he doesn't foul as a perimeter defender, which is outstanding. And number two, when he's attacking closeouts and very, very clean line, like 11 points, 5 for 7, that's exactly what you want to see out of a starter next to LeBron and AD that we keep talking about. So I thought he had a phenomenal game. So, hopefully that keeps going. We'll get quotes for you guys, but Zay,
Shout out
unless Jane
Jessica
want to add.
Jessica Alba too. Shout out.
All right.
Um, yeah, we
Yeah.
appreciate that, James, for the shout out.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, this game, obviously Bron took over second half. Reeves had 22 of his 27 points in the second half, which is crazy. Like, wow, shit. I think Reeves for the year is 18, 5 and 5 on 50, 40, 90. Listen, like, this nigga, he's low key taking the step/leap that everybody kind of hoped he would. He's been really great the last 2 games. Reeves is playing well. That's really all the notes you have for this game. Oh, and in this game, even though the Raptors are ass, we outscored their bench 40 to 29. So, I mean, when Hayes is actually kind of finishing at the rim or making a free throw or two, and obviously D'Lo coming off the bench, like I think JJ's like his shifting of roles, putting Cam and starting on D'Lo on the bench. I fuck with it. Like it's really balanced the shit out. I think the bigger thing is like Cam. We didn't even talk about it because we didn't space. Cam is now in the starting lineup. Since we last spaced, he was not there.
Sure.
It's a big deal, especially that if Cam keeps doing this, like he don't even have to shoot super well from 3. Just give me 33, 34, 35%. Like the shit he does on offense, the shit he does on defense, like you'll live with the 33, 34, 35% from 3. Like, and if Cam keeps hooping like this, like it's gonna be more. You're gonna hear more than just like shit he play over Max. It's gonna be like shit the nigga just
Play
continue to
over
start.
D'Lo on these niggas.
Exactly. He just be a starter just for the team. Like that just be what it is. So that's a big win. I mean, all these are big wins, great wins. AD, you hope he's right for Memphis. Memphis is not gonna have Ja because Ja's out for I think 2 weeks or something like that. But still, with the way Memphis and the bigs they have with Triple J and Edie and J Huff now,
Clark and shit.
and Clark, you really need AD like badly in that game. And more than like them missing Ja. Just because they're missing Ja. If we miss AD, that game's still gonna be hard as fuck to win. Like that's gonna be a hard one. So,
but aren't they missing Bane and Smart too, just like last game?
Yeah,
Smart sucks.
Yeah, but they're like them Scottie Pippen motherfuckers hooping, bro. So
yeah, they got depth. The depth is crazy. Like they
it's a
just be
trap.
having
It's a
Jalen
trap game
Wells,
for sure.
Jalen Wells dropped
That's
like
a trap,
18. Yeah,
if AD don't play, that's not even a trap game. If AD don't play, this is 2 equally matched teams. They low key might be a little better. I'm like,
I think it's
even.
I don't know about
I think
that
it's
shit.
even. I think it's even.
No, it's about matchup base. We don't have the
down
bigs.
3 starters,
we don't have the bigs
bro.
to deal with them. Like they got a lot
Yeah,
of
we're
bigs,
down
bro.
2
Like,
starters.
they play big ass
D'Lo
lineups.
and
You need AD.
I agree.
I don't
I
know if
agree
they're
with
better
equal.
than us. That's
I agree with
a
equal
wild
for
take.
sure.
Scotty's
You're
even
right.
better than D'Lo.
I mean, LeBron versus Scotty. You're right.
Oh my god.
That's right there. So
I mean,
Yeah, but
relay him.
no AD. And bro, you just look at the West, bro. Like this conference is ridiculous. The Clippers are fucking 6-4 with no Kawhi.
Exactly.
Like this conference is fucking crazy. So I'm never gonna say a win is a bad win. You gotta win every game you can win. As long as you win that bitch, man. Listen, it is what it is. The Suns just lost. The Suns been a free fall without KD. I'm sure. Like So man, the West is nuts. Just what are we now? Like 7 seed? It's too early to
Yeah, I
do that
don't even
shit.
know why.
But
See, we're tied with like
yeah,
11 or some shit.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
But it
saw
is what it is.
I was just going through. I saw the Knicks lose to the Pacers today, and I believe the Pacers were 4-5, and the Knicks were 5-5. And before that game, 5-5, they were third in the East, bro. Like
Facts.
I was
It's
just
nasty.
dumbfounded. I was just like, hold, like a 500, like that just goes to show
The
you, bro.
West
And I
is
think,
smoking them East teams, bro. Like,
Bro, Dallas.
without a doubt,
Listen, Dallas is 5-5 right now. We're six and
yeah,
four.
bro.
Like we're literally better than Dallas right
I
now.
think
Like
I
this is
think
what we're
Minnesota
saying.
lost today
Okay.
too to Miami. I think, if I'm not
Yeah, they did
mistaken. So
at the
yeah, that
buzzer.
helps as well.
That's what I'm saying. You're
Jovic
doing all
layup.
right.
Yep.
You stack. You look at our next whatever 5 or 6 games. They're
I'm gonna read it
very
now.
winnable. You stack. You lose a game out of the next 6. Like we're really. You're. That's what me and James talking about. Then you're fucking what? 11, 10-4, 11-5, something like that.
Yeah,
Something like that.
like
And you're
that's what I'm
like,
saying. Just
But
pace, bro. You
yeah,
cannot lose
that's
footing in this West, bro. You
but
can't.
pace.
yeah.
So what I realized though, from our last conversation, pacing requires consistency, and we have not seen that since 2021. So that there lies the issue. I'm sure the team would love to pace, bro, and it's a great scenario which every Laker fan is down with. But this team struggles with consistency because it's that's just the nature of the
Yeah,
team.
that's
So
that's why we stress the pace shit so well because the past few seasons they haven't done it. Like that's why they always fall to like the
yeah,
11 seed and shit, struggling to fight for 7. Like nah, just stay in that 3 to 6, 7 range.
yeah.
Then you try and take
But
off.
Because to
but
start the year last year, going into the IST and after, we was like hella over 500. Like we was,
right.
I don't know, we was like the 4 seed or some shit like that.
And then
It's
we went
that,
3-10.
3 and 10.
yeah. And then
And
you
Jesus.
go, you're
that was the
terrible after that.
season, and that
Yep.
was the season right there that we lost. So that I mean, the story of the last 2-3 seasons, starting with the rush shit, can be pointed down to bad stretches because of the lack of consistency. So obviously, everyone loved to pace, but until the Lakers build habits, find an identity, and like you guys are saying, which I'm fully on board with, become the nature of a good team and pace well. Like we just got to see it to
But
believe it.
That's what we
Go
be
ahead.
saying. Like you can't with going them bad stretches. You can have a bad. I guess that's not a bad stretch. You can lose. You can have a bad 4 game stretch. You can have a bad 13 game stretch.
Yeah,
It's just too
and that's
many.
what I was
Yeah,
going
Yeah,
to.
it's just
I was,
way
I
too
was
many.
gonna say I'm
and
not trying to
a
jinx it.
sub 400
I struggle
stretch. Yeah,
seeing this team having a 3 and 10 stretch like currently. Like I just think we're too good for a shit like that. 80s playing too well. Like
with AD's playing like I
yeah, I don't
guess.
see it.
Yeah.
Like last series just got nasty
Knock
in
on
the
wood.
last season.
Knock on wood,
Yeah.
bro. Because yeah, I don't think anyone here can say
Oh yeah,
anyone expected
injuries
a
can
three and
smoke us
ten
for
stretch
sure.
last year though.
Facts. Yeah.
Like last year, no, like I think November this time, 12 months ago, nobody thought we were going to go 3-10 in a 13 game span though. You know what I'm saying? So I'm holding my breath, but I hope you're right. Absolutely. A couple notes going through the timeline. Number one, Lakers are 5-0 at crypto this season. And note two, actually from Coach Xavier's tweet on the Austin point, 27-6 assists for Austin, 0 turnovers. I don't know if Zay mentioned that in his take, but 0 turnovers, very important. And we want to see that going. I'll go out on a limb too. We all joke about us, like the role players or whatever, bro. If the Lakers were far and ahead of first seed, Austin's averaging 18-5-5. And if the Lakers had the best record in the league, and this was February, I wouldn't be surprised to see him in the All-Star game squeaking in there. That's just how it works. Winning team gets the most All-Stars. Rest of the November schedule for the Lakers, based on our conversation just now about pacing. We just beat the Raptors at home. At home versus Grizzlies Wednesday. We keep talking about it. We go to San Antonio, play the Spurs Friday. At Pelicans versus Jazz versus Magic versus Nuggets. At Suns, at Spurs versus Thunder, November 29th. Those are the next 9 games for the Lakers. I looked at this list this morning. Very doable. We won today. I don't see why we should not go 7-3. Minimum. It's Pelicans, Zion's out indefinitely. Jazz are the Jazz. No Paolo for the Magic. The Nuggets look like they have a chink in their armor. The Suns are without KD. Wemby's not off to a sensational generational start either. We played them twice. Grizzlies, we just talked about no Ja. And then you have the Thunder, who just lost to the Warriors today as your final game in November. A lot can change. A lot of things can come back in and out of the lineup, but that November, bro, so we got to capitalize if we're talking about pacing consistently and being a dominant team. So it starts there and beating who's in front of you. So we'll get more quotes in for you guys. JJ's talking about AD's eye. Jackson Hayes stepping in for AD. Currently, right now, it's just me and him. As soon as I saw him down, I knew I had to start prepping for that. JJ Redick said he's excited about the Lakers' defense over the last two games. Also said the team's responsiveness and growing trust has been promising. The Lakers only allowed 8 fast break points in the final 43 minutes, including just 3 in the second half and 0 in the fourth quarter. JJ Redick on assessing the Lakers' progress through 10 games, excuse me. Excited about our defense the last two games. The thing I would say is our group is very promising. They're really responsive. I think there's a trust that's building with each other, which is a good thing to hear. After Davis went out, JJ Redick said LeBron took control of the game in all facets. He also pointed out Jackson is a huge difference maker with his energy. Austin went 22 of his 27 points in the second half. JJ said AD just got poked in the eye. He was having trouble seeing. We talked about that. And more quotes will come in. It's late Sunday. We're going to try to go rapid fire and just close this out really, really casual. Lakers winning, not much to really discuss a ton. So, we'll get you guys' takes in and, call it a night really quick here. And, once we get the full squad back Wednesday and maybe next week, we'll kind of go deeper on post game when Rome gets back. We'll start with Dem. Dem, appreciate it. Your thoughts on the weekend's games, both Friday and tonight from the Lakers. Go ahead.
Yo. What's good? How y'all doing tonight?
Solid, bro. Solid.
That's good. That's good. Overall, past two games, just glad that we're back in the win column. We're coming off a bad road trip that tanked our record, and now, having two games, we win. We're back to 6-4. I think way before the season started, this is one of the outcomes I wanted was through our first 10 to be 6-4. And we have that. So far, everything is on schedule. You do have a little things you got to work on, but I feel good that we're 6-4. I don't like what happened on the road trip, but I do feel good that we're 6-4. I know it's a tough West, and James mentioned it that teams in the West lost today. I know we're not standings watching as if we're in, January or February, but it's still nice to see teams that are in your same conference lose and you win so that you at least keep stacking and potentially get higher and higher. Um, that's what you want to do early in the season. You want to stack wins, stack wins, stack wins. So you don't have to worry about stacking wins later in the season. Um, Tonight, honestly, we didn't have a really good first half. Couldn't rebound the ball. The Raptors were getting any and every rebound, and obviously our transition defense sucked ass as it always has the entire season. But we turned it around in the second half. We were able to rebound the ball more. We were able to stop the Raptors from getting out in transition, and we dominated that second half. Now, I would love to see what we did in the second half really be transferred to the first, so you have a full game of dominance where you're rebounding the ball, you're limiting the opponent's possessions in terms of fast break points, because that's when you know the team is good. That's when you know the team is good because they can replicate performances like that. So if they could do it, then you're looking at this team completely differently. Yes, we do still need trades, but you feel a bit more confident in the team, knowing that they could put together good performances on both ends of the floor consistently. Braun, he got himself an old man triple double, or as James would say, a Jason Kidd triple double. All right. He's not putting up 27, 10, and 14. Nah, he's 19, 10, and 15. But it's it's still good to see just the amount of playmaking that Braun brings to the table. 15 assists, 16 assists, whatever. He's always going to get someone open, and it's good to see that his teammates are knocking down shots. So definitely a good game from Braun, great game from Austin, obviously. Another good game from D'Lo coming off of the bench. I think that's what we need him as. We need him as that bench guy. I think we scored 40 points on the bench today, so it's good to have some good bench scoring. Dalton showed out a little bit. Gabe was playing some good defense. And then to speak on Cam, because we didn't space when Cam started, it's good to see that Cam is playing well and he's not doing too much. He's not trying to be more than what he is. He's gonna go out there defend. He's hit some threes. He's attack closeouts to get to the rim. So he's played his role pretty good. And if he can continue to do that, you may start saying, bro, we need to have Cam in the rotation longer, even when Vando and C will come back because he has a good sample size now, given it's November. November Cam may be June flight. So take that with a grain of salt. But overall, glad we went 2-0. Glad we got some rest. So hopefully AD is back on Wednesday. He had the same injury last year against the Warriors when TJD elbowed him or something like that. And I don't think he was out for long. I think it was only like a game or two. And if not, he didn't even miss a game. So it's good that we get rest and hopefully AD plays on Wednesday so we can keep stacking up wins and keep getting better. So that's all I gotta say. And all in my playing there.
Appreciate it, Dan. Appreciate it. My fault.
No, I thought you had it. You can go ahead.
No, co-host.
I mean, that's your job. You don't really pick and choose when you.
Here we go.
We won today. Coach James reporting live from Crypto. No one loves Cam Reddish in the starting lineup more than Austin Reeves. I think that's a fact.
Yeah, that's right.
Good tweet. Gassing his own tweet is crazy. There's a video from Mark LeBron on not taking much from a 10-game sample size and how he's still playing at elite level. There's you can go watch that for sure. But yeah, just good stuff. Yeah, the schedule is very interesting. I didn't know we were at the 10-game marker per se, and so that's a good conversation to have. Again, it's the typical Laker kind of theme these last few years. Like our record should be a couple games better than what it is. There's clearly any kind of benchmark you want to use.
Suns
the first 10 games,
Pistons,
15,
sure.
10, 15, 30, 25, whatever measure you want to use for a regular season. And it feels like every stretch you look at for the Lakers, there's always a couple games that were just given away. And everyone knows which ones they were, right? So, I mean, 8-2 would be amazing. I think people would be just as juiced about the 8-2 start as the 3-0 start if we were just like kind of on our shit. But that's the regular season. We just gotta make that up later. Dan, we appreciate it, bro. Ron says, go ahead. Your thoughts after watching the game with us on playback, bro.
Great game by LeBron. Love the way Austin Reeves took over, and the way D'Lo been coming off this bench, man, is looking great. And I'm just hoping AD is healthy for Wednesday, and let's keep stacking these wins.
Simple as
Yeah,
that.
we didn't focus on D'Lo's play off the bench. This is back-to-back games, 15 points, 18 points. So, I'm glad to see that he didn't allow the role change to like affect him mentally. Like some guys sometimes check out when they get out the starting lineup. So it's great to see that he actually turned his play up and took it as motivation to be better. So we'll see. Hopefully he can continue to get it going. So he did this last time he got benched. So he started playing a little bit better. He finally got his way back to the starting lineup. So we'll see.
Do you want to see the same story as last year though, where like you want to see D'Angelo like outplay the 6-man role and start again, or do you really want to see this because, like you just said about Cam and Austin's pairing, it just benefits our team? Which version you want to see happen?
Last year, I'm not sure if obviously D'Lo turned. I don't know if Cam would have gotten back to the bench if he didn't get hurt. Like say Cam kept his stretch he had in November and didn't get hurt, and I wonder if Darvin would have moved him to the bench eventually. I just think his injury got him to the bench, and D'Lo turned up even more in the starting lineup. So I don't know if Cam can keep being adequate to consistent like he has been in these stretch of games. Then I'm cool with the way the lineup is because I do think we do need D'Lo scoring off the bench. Like our bench is fucking horrible. Like D'Lo giving us 15 to 18 off our bench when nobody else is scoring is actually huge for us. So it's all about a staggering thing. Like people kind of did gas at the lack of a bench. Like we stagger our lineups. It was just about D'Lo becoming better and more consistent offensively. So we'll see. If Reddish keeps playing well, I'm cool with D'Lo staying on the bench. Like say D'Lo starts averaging 20, I'm not gonna be like, well, time to get him back in the starting lineup. Like, nah,
Right.
don't fix what's not broken.
Yeah, because I think that's what part of it was happening. Like last year too, is like D'Lo just popped off because he just felt like he deserved his starting spot, and so that's just kind of what happened. Yeah, but I agree with that. The staggering too, because as you saw, like Because LeBron is the first time off the bench, bro. The second quarter starts with D'Lo and LeBron, and as a staggering pair last year, we talk about the big four and who staggers with who. That's a huge part of like keeping our offense going, and so I'm with that too. Not just because it gives our bench a pop, but the staggering of LeBron and D'Lo to start second quarters keeps our offense flowing and moving. So that's the thing that I hope people notice as well. Is like D'Lo and LeBron as a tandem to start a second quarter when it's usually bench lineups for most teams is kind of
Yeah,
dangerous
and
playmakers.
Gabe is so infuriating because he's that ass been very good defensively, like real good.
Yeah,
It's just he's so awful offensively. It's just like
right.
get him off the court, but it's tough, bro. He
Yeah,
just found his
so
way. I don't know.
maybe we might have unlocked something, bro. D'Lo and Gabe, countering well, and then Austin and Cam countering well. Maybe this can be something moving
Yeah,
forward to look out
hopefully,
for. So we'll
hopefully.
see. Yeah, hopefully, absolutely. Blizzy, go ahead. Your thoughts on tonight, and then we'll wrap it up with G Book and get the hell out of here. Oh, Blizzy, you there? Going once,
Once, twice.
twice. All right, G Book, you got it. Your thoughts on tonight?
Uh, it was a good win. It's only one thing that's concerning me. It's been concerning me for since last year. I just don't feel like Rui Hachimura fits on this team at all. Um, him and Gabe Vincent are him paired with Max Christie and some picks could possibly replace him in the starting lineup. I know everybody wants to move D'Lo, but D'Lo off the bench is just where his career is going. Like nobody's going to pay D'Lo to come be the starting point guard for their team. And I think that was part of him saying that after the game, like him leaving his baggage at the door. I think he understands that he just he can't really. I don't want to say he's not a starting point guard because I think he's better than that. But it's just he's just so inconsistent, and with him coming off the bench, just gives him a whole different role than he'd ever had to have in his career. So I think that's why he's playing better, and also the pairing with Gabe Vincent. That's why I said probably take him out and pair up Max Christie with Rui and try to get another wing like I don't know, grab somebody off the Nets, Dorian Finney-Smith, somebody that can actually guard these players because we're gonna ask Rui to guard bigger wings, and I just feel like he just can't. He doesn't. He just struggles so much on the perimeter, guarding the perimeter, and him and LeBron are just really redundant. I don't want LeBron guarding freaking KD when we play the Suns. So we need somebody like Dorian, and then um, once Vando comes back, even having that wave of him and Gabe Vincent coming off the bench would be another great defensive pairing with D'Lo, who you're gonna have to hide off the bench. So I think we gotta. Uh, I don't even know how to even trust Rob anymore because it's just like this guy fucking pisses me off. I don't know how the hell he goes into the season again knowing this is exactly what Darvin Ham had to do was look to go to Cam Reddish because of the Austin and D'Lo pairing, and he went in the summer and fucking put all his trust in Max Christie, which was fine. I mean, I guess we all believed in him, but he's just struggling right now. So I think I don't know December 15th or definitely before the trade deadline. We got to get another defensive wing that can actually start next to Bron and AD because although I love that Anthony Davis is leading the league in scoring right now. I don't know how if he's leading the league after tonight with him going out early, but his rebound in some kind it concerns me sometimes. Like I missed the 14, 15 rebound AD. I feel like it just hasn't been there these last few games, but I feel like it's because he's trying to do so much um, offensively carrying these guys. So I feel like we need um, that type of AD back, but it's a good win. We're going to see a tough Memphis team. You know, Scottie Pippen Jr. is going to try to come off the bench. Jay Huff too, two South Bay Laker legends that we let slip away, but that's uh, another story. But yeah, good win.
Hey, G Book, we appreciate it, dog. Yeah, I agree. I think Yeah, we just got to see. I know Memphis is going to come in hungry no matter what, but having them at home and knowing how we play at home, hopefully that's a good sign for our guys.
I know you.
But
I
yeah,
know you guys said you guys wanted
Oh,
to get on. I
Blizzy's
just want
back,
to
by
hear
the
you
way.
guys' thoughts.
oh yeah, yeah. Go ahead,
Do
G
you,
Book.
do you guys feel the same way on Rui, or am I? You think I'm being a little dramatic, or what?
I think I was saying it on the stream, bro. I was kind of joking. I feel like a lot of role players are going through the insanity run right now, or coming off it right now. Whether that's Dalton, whether that's Rui, whether that's a lot of role guys. They had their stretch 3-4 where they were playing out of their mind, or the opposite, and going into it. We just gotta let the law of averages handle Rui right now. Rui Hachimura has not had a good last 3-4 games, and obviously we notice it because we follow them every day. But until it becomes more noticeable, I think he's been able to skate by because of the guard switch up adjustment so far. But it hasn't stood out to me. I just feel like other guys are stepping up in a role. But obviously his burst and his threes did not fall tonight as well. But he has taken a step back. Overall, offensively and defensively, I've seen a little slower, a little less motivated. So, how can we get him back to that, full like motivated version of Rui again with so many changings going on at once? It's a lot. It's a lot. I think the thing is, and how I've viewed basketball the last couple like 3 years as a fan, there's always some games where like, wow, like the games that we win, we're like, wow, like that is what Laker basketball looks like. Like that box score, the way we played, the process. Everyone has those standout games like of their team, like when they win. What we don't realize is that not all 8, 9 guys are gonna play out of their mind fantastic. You know what I'm saying? And so
For sure.
even in the best looking games that the Lakers look, like not everyone's gonna have their best night per se. So I feel like, with so many other guys popping off and being more of the focal point with the fan base right now, Gay picking up defensively, Cam's, standing out, stuff like that. I think Rui has kind of like fallen off per se. So we'll see if he picks it back up but the onus isn't on him right now. But to answer your question simply, like yes, I think Rui's taking a step back a little bit
For
these
sure. For
last few
sure.
games for sure.
I agree with the redundancy point as well too, because you want Rudy on guys like Julius Randle and I guess Zion and shit like that. Like you want him guarding the big forwards who aren't necessarily like overly quick wings. I feel like that's the area that he can guard the best because he can't really chase around screens, and you don't really want him on like a Tatum or some shit like that. So it's kind of tough figuring out which area he can guard. Like, and especially like say we play Suns and shit, we're gonna have to put Reddish on Booker. So because I would be cool putting Reddish on KD
Yeah,
if Reeves was able to hold his own.
I'm not gonna lie. I agree with you on that take. I'm be honest with you. The main factor is you're gonna have to hide Rui on someone until Vando comes back. Because if when
But
Van because when Vando comes back, he's going to take that assignment, and it's like
But
it's
are you
but we
starting?
can't.
Are you starting Cam Reddish and Vando though? I don't.
I'm not. No, I'm not. But it's like you're obviously missing that key defensive. Like you're missing that guy who could guard. With fucking like guys you mentioned.
No, but I think what we're gonna
That,
do is we're gonna start Vando, and then we're gonna have Cam come off the bench because like Vando's
So you're
obviously better.
starting
So
Vando and Rui.
You might.
I feel like Vando can definitely cover a lot of Rui's deficiencies better than Cam can.
nah,
I don't.
I
I
don't
think.
know about that starting
I
lineup
think
though.
I don't know about the starting lineup,
But that's
but
Reeves, Braun, Vando, Rui, AD. I don't.
no, the thing why we say Rui's so redundant because you don't want him on the perimeter, and then when you ask him to switch with AD on the center, it's like
He's not
sometimes
guarding that either.
he's
So
not guarding that either. So it's like we can't hide you and Braun, bro. Like we gotta trade that and find somebody that can guard on the perimeter, like
know who,
anybody.
know who
Like
someone I
I love his three
Bro,
point
Royce
shooting.
O'Neal is fucking
you
cooking.
that's
need you need a
Royce
real
O'Neal is
three.
fucking cooking.
I was thinking
Yeah,
like a Royce O'Neal or even like that shit that pisses me off that we didn't get Jeremy Grant. But like guys like that would be a perfect fit on the roster. Like a Royce O'Neal, a DH, Dorian Finney-Smith. Those guys would be good fits because they could guard. they could guard those fours, and they're not like they can bang a little bit.
I mean, Braun can guard the fours. You just need a guy to guard the threes. If Cam Reddish gonna be a POA,
Yeah, I think Royce O'Neal would be a good fit. I just don't know if Phoenix is going to give up on him.
they absolutely not giving
Yeah,
him up. Hell no.
no, not at all.
Dude is hooping.
After their salary cap, I don't think Phoenix is the right to touch anything that they got going on with their team. So we'll see. G-Book, we appreciate the question, dog. We'll go to Smooth. Appreciate you joining, bro. Real quick, your take on the game. We'll go to Cammy and we'll get out of here. We need to get out of
Oh,
here.
Blizzy too.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
And Oblizzy's back. Yeah.
I thought it was. I thought the first half was brutal, but I think either JJ yelled at them boys because they picked it up in the second half. Uh, LeBron took responsibility when AD went down, and the like I don't know how bad AD's injury is gonna be, but hopefully we don't. It's not too long because you need AD. You also need someone that could grab boards. Jackson Hayes picked it up a little bit, but I don't trust Jackson Hayes whatsoever. I'm glad we got the W, and I think D'Lo coming off the bench is a good fit, and AR did what AR does when he gets going. So it was a good win.
No doubt. We appreciate it, Smooth, for real. Yeah, like James said, Oblizzy is back from being away from the mic. Oblizzy, you back? 0 for 2, bro.
He was
James
just
said,
here. He
yeah.
put his hand down.
No, I know. I heard that. 0 for 2. You don't like me. Cammy, go ahead, bro. Your take on the game.
Yeah. First of all, I want to, moment of silence. $500 parlay cooked because Anthony Davis went down with an eye poke, and man, I was 5 points away from 500. So a moment of silence right there. But the game was good. LeBron James, I remember people talking about in the summer, why are we still giving this man a max contract, even though the entire Team Olympics committee on the team said he was still like one of the best players in the NBA. And first back-to-back triple-double since 2021. So LeBron James at 40. That man still fucking got it. Oh my God. Was a pleasure to watch him play basketball today. Controlled the entire pace of the game, 16 assists. Austin Reeves, that's the Austin Reeves we remember that helped us go all the way to the Western Conference Finals. Love to see it. And honestly, Rui, like, I get it. Shub, you said he's scraping by a little bit and he's kind of going under the radar. If you don't follow the team, like, you wouldn't really know. But he didn't really piss me off today. I think it's because everybody else was kind of on. And yeah, I just, at the end of the day, man, we need a fucking center. Like, this is the shit I think all of us up here and in the listeners were a little bit concerned about, was who's going to be that insurance when AD, if and when he goes down, and something like this tonight. Braun, he took over, but moving down the line, we need someone who can, provide that. And I thought about it, right? Everyone's talking about um, Kessler. Kessler still has another year after this with that 2 mil contract. And so I was thinking, if we do trade for him, right, which I think would be beneficial for the future because he's only like 23, 24. So he's definitely a good centerpiece to move forward with. And a lot of our bums that are on player options expire this year. So we're going to still have him for 2 million next year. And we'll have more financial flexibility to improve our bench and bring in more guys. So I kind of wanted to bring that point up and hear what you and James had to say. Or he dropped, so you probably couldn't hear me. But yeah, Shub, if you want to pitch in a little bit, let me know what you think about that.
Repeat your point again in 10 seconds. What question did
Yeah,
you have?
yeah. So my question is like, if we get Kessler, we're gonna have him for this year and next year on 2 million. It's worth the trade because we'll have a bunch of our player options coming off the books. We can upgrade the bench, and we'll still have him for 2 million next year. So pretty much we'll have him for, if anything, a 2 year rental, while this window is still kind of open slightly. And I want to know if like you have the same thought process as why you might want to target Kessler,
I think
or if you have anything different.
I think Kessler is great, but the asking price and going down Danny Ainge's wheelhouse again, like, might lead
I
to a
get
dead
it.
end. Honestly, I think people are out of their mind if watching Walker Kessler highlights, excuse me, and you get the thought of, yeah, that guy's worth 2 first round picks, 2 first round picks for a backup center, maybe a fringe starting center, next to Anthony Davis. When we didn't want to give up 2 picks for Kyrie Irving or Buddy Hield
Yeah,
and Miles Turner
I
is
know.
asinine. So
He's not
No,
giving up 2 for Kessler
yeah,
at
okay,
all.
and I'm glad to hear that. So I think
Unless you get
No, 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 no.
Sexton
I'm
or
not
something,
saying two first. I mean, I'm
maybe.
just the idea. Like,
yeah,
obviously, it's not going to happen, but the idea. I wanted to
yeah, I
know
think I
if
think that
you.
I think that acquisition will be incredible. I just think the transaction is extremely
If
unlikely
I'm
bro. The
Don't
with the team and
don't we
who
have
owns
like
them.
6 seconds?
if I'm trading 2 first, I'm going for Pirtle, not Kessler.
no, but
Yeah,
don't.
I don't think, but James, that's the thing. I would love to have Jakob Poeltl on this team. I think he's perfect. He's the bruiser that JJ wants. You know, everything about Jakob Poeltl is perfect fit. But I mean, we're watching the Raptors game. We played them twice now. I watched them play a couple other games as well, and I forget the name of the Raptors coach, that one European dude, but he has them playing hard. Um, they just got back uh, quickly, and Scotty's still out, and Grady is making a big ascension to the next level. I think I don't think they're going to give up Pirtle at all. I think he's a big piece moving forward, at least for now, temporarily, to keep him competitive. Because without him, that team is going to fall apart.
I just think in the terms of Kessler, I think he's low on my get list compared to people in Brooklyn when they're having a fire sale. It was just reported that they might have a fire sale. I think the targets we've wanted since the last draft, bro. I think Cam Johnson or Dorian Finney-Smith, bro, like their fit would be seamless. And I
Bro,
think
even Dennis, even much as I hate him, like
right,
your bench
right,
trusts
You
me.
know,
right
I'd
message,
trade
wrong
for Dennis.
messenger. If you're
I
if
was
you're
gonna say
You're
you hate
right. You're
Denny,
right,
bro.
bro.
if you're
I do.
familiar with the coaches, then um,
so Shub, I actually, I'm
Coach was talking.
I appreciate that, James. Yeah, no, Cammy, I'll pass the mic back to you. But all I wanted to say was, yeah, I think my attention is more towards Brooklyn. I think their win loss kind of and their trajectory kind of points to like going to that direction where they might actually have a fire sale and want to get off contracts and rebuild around Cam Thomas. And we've wanted Dorian Finney-Smith for a while now, same as Cam Johnson, and to hit 3 areas of improvement right there, which is 3-point shooting. Um, point of attack defense, perimeter defense overall. And even if you get wings, you're addressing rebounding by committee in a sense, not necessarily a backup big, obviously, but to get almost 3 gets to contribute to defensive rebounding in a guy like Dorian Finney-Smith or Cam Johnson who can, get the ball and push it on the break a little bit. I'm more inclined to go after, large wings rather than straight up
Two
backup center.
two first for Cam and defense clears 2 first for Kessler.
What
Without
do
a
you
doubt, it's
Easily.
not even close.
What do you think about if
And Podol, by the way, and Jakob, by the way.
If we get Cam and
Facts.
Jeff
how,
Dorian, I'm not gonna lie.
hold on, book. I
That's a
wanna
home run.
I want to address something that Shub is saying. I might be in
ISO,
the minority.
ISO.
No, no ISO. No.
We
God
got to
damn it,
wrap up. We
James.
got to wrap up in like 5 minutes. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna make it quick, and this is my last take. I promise. Um, I'm in the minority here. I might, I like Cam Johnson, but I also think that his contract is kind of nasty considering. I get it. He's 6'8". He can score. He's dynamic, but he has very little defense, and he does have a bit of an injury history as well. But if we can get our two
What's his
first in a
contract?
couple,
He makes 24 million.
How many years left?
I think like 2 or 3.
I'll take it.
Fanny Smith makes 14. I think.
what's
Go
his
ahead. Go ahead, Kev.
Yeah, so I mean, if we can get two first and maybe throw in a few seconds and get both Finney and Johnson, I would definitely do that. But just for Cam alone, I wouldn't.
Yeah, no, definitely
So
not. I think it's a package deal. I would prefer, because of the contract, I would prefer DFS over Cam at the moment. Even though Cam's playing really well right now, actually, he's turning up a little bit next to Dennis. And people people on stage may or may not want to have the Dennis conversation, but again, like he was annoying as fuck, bro. But my issue has always been, besides the defensive rebounding the last couple of years, rim pressure, perimeter rim pressure has been extremely annoying to watch because Austin at best is, shaky with it. Obviously discounting tonight, and D'Angelo Russell is non-existent with rim pressure. And it's kind of the same story in our wins where we rely on LeBron to put pressure at the rim, and AD as our slashers, but to kind of encompass that in your starting lineup and have slashers all around and drivers to the basket, bringing guys in and again creating more free throw opportunities from your backcourt is something I want to see, and I think that's why Dennis, LeBron, and AD have moderately worked well together in their stints, multiple stints. So definitely worth a look, definitely worth the flyer. Dennis does make 13 million, but that shouldn't be an issue if Gabe's making 11. So I would not be shocked if I woke up to Lakers have traded for Dennis Schroeder. Um, you know, Shams bomb. So we'll see what happens. But Cam, appreciate the question. That's gonna wrap up. Appreciate, yeah. I think trade acquisitions should be on everyone's mind, especially as we approach 30 games, like Rob talked about, and seeing what shapes up here. If things can sort of continue, I do think we just talked about Brooklyn and their wings, but the need for backup center is becoming more and more heightened and highlighted game by game. Um, but I really do think they're waiting on Christian and Van to be held on. But the frustrating thing is we have not received an update. JJ Redick yesterday, apparently at practice, did say there is no timetable for either of them to return. This was said yesterday by our head coach. So we're winning games, we're scraping by, which is great, and have a favorable schedule, I think, personally, in November. But that is not good to hear for two guys who I believe at their peak are like, I think are fifth, sixth best players, when they're playing. So that just shows how valuable they are to the team. So we'll keep a lookout for those two guys, Jared Vanderbilt and Christian Wood, highly needed on the team. But we'll keep plugging away at it. But we appreciate everyone joining. I'm gonna let James kind of wrap up his thoughts on the weekend games and moving into the rest of the schedule in November. James, closing thoughts. All right, he went to sleep. That's going to do another quick episode of Coach's Den. We are on playback. If you want to come join us, it's super fun. Myself, Coach Xavier, Coach James, Coach Rome, all of our friends, our regulars here at Coach's Den. The link is in our bio to watch games with us. The support has been crazy. It's hit 1,600 subscribers yesterday. Become a member. It really helps us out a lot to keep making content for you guys. And yeah, we're back at it Wednesday, 5 p.m. at Crypto, where we take on the Memphis Grizzlies. Lakers are 6-4 on the season, and we got to keep stacking wins. That's the name of the game right now. LeBron with another historic triple double. AD, we'll see if he's back from injury, but so we'll stay tuned for more news with these 2 days off. Everyone enjoy the next 2 days off. Enjoy NBA basketball, and we'll catch you guys Wednesday here at Coach's Den. Appreciate everyone. Good night, and go Lake Show.